welcome to season 2 of my podcast. Today, my guest is Anamaya Yogesh Diwakar, who is a 7th grader from Udupi, Karnataka. He plays the violin and the tabla, he sings, and he plays chess and badminton. And he recently won rupees 50 lakhs in Kaun Banega Crorepati's Student Special episode. If you didn't already know, Kaun Banega Crorepati, or KBC for short, is the Indian version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which is hosted by Amitabh Bachchan. Hi Anamaya, welcome to my show.
Hi Vedant, thank you for having me on your show, and I hope to have a good conversation with you.
Me too. I think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Firstly, a huge congratulations on such a fantastic program at KBC. I'm curious to know how you got into KBC.
So it was actually a pretty long process. Thankfully, we used to watch KBC quite regularly, and on one such episode when they took the ad break, Amitabh Bachchan told that there's going to be a student special week quite soon. So I was like, okay, fine, let's just try the selection process. So in the beginning, there would be a student special week. AB sir announced that. Then we got to know more information about it. It would be conducted from 5th to the 25th of October, 2 quizzes a day, one at 11 a.m. and the other at 7 p.m. And it would be conducted on an app called Vedanth. That's rhyming to your name. So almost 100,000, 150,000 students participated. And there were 2 quizzes a day for 20 days. So that is 40 quizzes. So the collective score of all the people, and they calculated that, and the top 1,000 were selected for the second round of selection. So now the second round of selection, there was a quiz and there was a video contest. What this quiz was, there was 10 questions and 20 seconds for each question. And for the Vedantu quiz, there was 10 questions and 10 seconds for each question. So in the second round of selection, there were 20 seconds for each question. And after the quiz, there was this video contest. So basically what this was is AB sir, Amitabh Bachchan sir, he would ask us a pre-recorded question and we have to film a video answering that question and upload it. So they saw that, and almost around 5-6 days later, we got a call that I'm selected for the next round of selection. So I think in this round, there were just 200 people in the third round. And then here they took a 1-to-1 interview and a quiz too. And then they almost in a span of 1 week, they took at least like 5 to 6 interviews. I lost count. And then a few quizzes as well. And then on November 27th, I received a call saying that I'm selected for Kaun Banega Crorepati. And I'm in the top 8.
Wow, that is such a long and complicated process. Like, how did you even get through it? It's like so complicated.
Yeah, definitely. It was a very complex process. And I think one of the main reasons for my selection was I was quite persistent. I attended every single quiz. According to my knowledge, I didn't even skip a single one. So I think my persistence was good. And of course, our Param Puja Guruji, he blessed, and he said that I'm gonna go to the hot seat and I'm gonna win a huge amount. So he told me to visualize every night that I'm going to be going there and, winning a huge amount, meeting Amitabh Bachchan sir. So, and it became reality.
How did you prepare for KBC? What kind of research did you do?
So for this Vedantu quiz, I didn't do any specific preparation. I keep myself updated on the current affairs, general knowledge, all that stuff. So I think I did a pretty good job in the Vedantu quiz. But when we got the confirmation that I'm actually going to the Mumbai studio to film KBC, that I'm selected for the fastest finger first, we started rigorous preparation. My dad, he got some GK books. Then I read. My mom, she if you know, there are 4 lifelines in Kaun Banega Crorepati. And one of the lifelines is flip the question, where you are given 11 topics to choose from, and they're going to ask you a question on that topic if you don't know the answer to a question. So my topic was my city, my state. So they would ask me a question on either my city or my state. So my mom was getting me prepared on that. My sister was getting me prepared on physics, chemistry, biology, basically my academics, and my dad just general knowledge. And me and my dad, we did a lot of research on cars. And this is a fun story. The day before the shoot, I got to know that. Wait, I'll just tell you this. My dad had gotten 4 books. Each book had 500 questions in them, and it was all multiple choice questions. So I memorized every single question. So there were like 2,000 questions. I memorized every single one in a span of, I think, almost 3 days. So the day before the shoot, we got to know that some of the answers were wrong. So luckily, I didn't get any questions from those books, and I was prepared pretty well.
That's good to hear. I'm glad you got chosen for the fastest finger first. And I have one question for you. What are lifelines?
Basically, a lifeline is, if you don't know the answer to a question, or if you're not sure that what the answer is, you can use a lifeline and you can get help on the question. So there are 4 lifelines. One is 50-50. So there are 4 options. So if you have a doubt in 2 or something, 50-50 will remove 2. So you'll have only 2 options. Then you can choose the right one. The other one is video call a friend. So what this basically is, you give in advance, you give the KBC team 5 of the contacts, anyone who you want to speak, who you think will be knowing the answer, and this is in advance. So you don't know what question is going to be asked. And so you give the contacts to them, and they so when I don't know the answer for this, I take the phone a friend lifeline, and I can choose who I want to contact, and then they contact them, and I can ask them the question, and they're going to tell me the answer if they know it in a span of 45 seconds. They're given the time. I had taken this lifeline for my 40,000 question. And then the third lifeline is flip the question. As I just said, if you don't know the answer to a question, you can flip it. So this question is going to go, and they're going to get a new question related to the topic you've chosen from. I had chosen my city, my state. And then the last lifeline is ask the expert. So what this basically is, the KBC people have contacted one of their experts, and they're like, it's a pretty short lifeline. So you can always get the right answer if you take this lifeline. So I took it for my 25 lakh question, I think. Amitabh sir asked them the question, the expert, and they tell you the answer in a span of 60 seconds.
Were you scared to be on the show, or did you enjoy it?
Honestly speaking, I wasn't scared. I was more like, nervous, because, the Amitabh Bachchan is in front of you, and I don't think, Amitabh Bachchan like how he is, because he is probably bigger than Justin Bieber or Tom Cruise in Hollywood. So he comes in, and then he greets all of you, he makes you feel comfortable. So actually what they did was, before the shoot started, they gave us a few mock questions on the fastest finger first. And I'll tell you honestly, more than sitting on the hot seat, the fastest finger first is the most tense moment, because that is the only reason you go to the hot seat. So in fastest finger first, your luck works. Yeah, so they gave us a few mock questions, and then when they said, the shoot is going to start in like 15 minutes, AB sir, Amitabh Bachchan sir walked in to the set, and everyone started clapping. I didn't know why they were clapping. I just looked up and I saw him, and then literally everyone was spellbound. No one knew what they're going to do looking at him. And then he just, came, walked around. He said, all the best and congratulations. Then he wished our parents. And then he went to his place where the shoot would start. And that's how he came. So I was not scared. I was nervous. And of course, it's a once in a lifetime experience. So I loved the experience and I enjoyed it to the max.
Yeah. Even I think I would be a bit nervous and
Yeah.
also scared.
Yeah, I am pretty sure everyone who goes to any reality show, say, and it's hosted by, well-known person, it's 100% chance that they're gonna be nervous or scared or whatever.
It must have been very fun to be with Amitabh Bachchan. How is he?
Honestly speaking, of course, he's the big B. You can say he's the king of Bollywood. He's been there for almost the past 50 years. And you would expect him, to have a little attitude, but no, he's very, very down to earth. He's so humble, yet being at such a huge position. And we couldn't interact much with him actually off camera, because everything we interacted him was on camera. And then when the director says cut, he just goes back to his dressing room, his vanity van, because of all these COVID-19 guidelines and all that. And he is actually 78, so he's pretty aged. So they don't like to keep him exposed, and he goes back. And everyone in the set is like, wearing PPE kits. So it's nice. And then AB sir, yeah, we couldn't interact him off camera too much.
What do you plan to do with all the prize money you earned?
With the 50 lakhs that I've earned, I actually think that I may be able to start my car company with this. So I'm going to save it, and then, of course, I'm going to start my car company.
I think it would also be pretty cool to start a company.
Yeah, of course it would be.
As I mentioned, I really love cars too. So
yeah,
I've already drawn a logo for my car company when I was super young.
Oh, wow. I mean, you're not old now, you're still young.
Yeah, but younger than this, like maybe
yeah.
5.
Okay. Have you thought of any name?
Yeah.
What?
Twella.
Why?
I don't know.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
What are your favorite car models?
Well, so I like BMW cars a lot. Like the BMW iNext and like basically lots of the BMW cars. What's your company going to be called?
I want to call it Diwakar because my last name is Diwakar, and you sophisticate it a bit and you get Diwakar.
Do you plan to study automobile engineering when you're in college or in university?
Yes, actually, I have actually planned it out. I want to do my mechanical engineering probably in an IIT, Indian Institute of Technology. And then I want to learn designing somewhere in Europe because, there they have Europeans actually produce some very good designs because they've given us Volkswagen, BMW, Mercedes, Audi, and all. So I want to learn designing over there and mechanical engineering, of course. Well, in specific, automobile engineering.
What are your hobbies?
My hobbies are, as you already know, I play the violin and tabla and learning it. Actually, I started learning tabla in the lockdown. I started in June, so it's been around 6 months. Then I love sports. I play table tennis, badminton, and I play cricket, of course, like any other Indian boy. So table tennis actually played for my school. Badminton, I go to a coaching institute, which is just right like 2-minute walk from my house. So I go to badminton coaching. And then, of course, cars. I just love cars. And I cook also. I love cooking.
Of course, I also love playing cricket. So thank you so much for coming on my show.
Thank you for having me so much. I loved it.
Yeah, even I loved it. I learned a lot from you.
Thank you.
Dear listeners, follow my Facebook page, Curious Vedanth, to get updates on my upcoming episodes. To listen at leisure on your phone and get notified about future episodes, subscribe by searching for Curious Vedanth wherever you get your podcasts, such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can also listen to my show on curiousvedanth.com. Thank you for listening to Curious Vedanth, and don't forget to rate and leave comments.